This is Colin the Crow Clark, and I am live with Jacob MVPR. We were a little quick on the trigger for some of us over here. I'll tell you what, I was trying to get that last-minute hype tweet out, PR. You know how that is sometimes, but, you know, we're back at it. We're back here. So how you doing, baby? You ready for this next one?
I mean, you saw me waving to the camera. I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm on TV. I'm just ready for that hype, you know. And I am ready for this one because before I knew this Hayabusa, the organization, or whatever it may be that kind of picked these guys up, I was looking at their names. I was like, yo, thinking like, oh man, I like these guys. So if I didn't know anything about these teams, just based off their name, man, I love the Hayabusa clan. But my man Domes, he's like a co-owner of Morningstar Gaming now. It's kind of hard to pick between these two teams.
All right, look, I'm gonna give you the nicety before I give you the ricety. All right, because it is Morningstar Gaming. They kind of built themselves as like a stream team. They've been in the community.
That I knew.
You know, they've sponsored a lot of our biggest streamers. Shouts out to some of the guys that have been under that organization's name. Like you shouted out Domes. I'm gonna shout out one of my favorites and Serve 97. He's a Morningstar streamer. He's nice at the game. He's nice on the sticks. But they're going up against Hayabusa clan, and I'm gonna tell you right now, some of the names over there, Dazed, Tactics, Cellz, Detox. I mean, my God, how'd they come out of challengers? What happened, cuz?
I honestly, I feel like the only reason why they didn't come out of challengers into the pro league is I don't think they were a team at the time, unfortunately enough, because man, the little bit I have seen from this squad, like I said, before I realized Hayabusa was this squad, I was blown away. I got to cast the challenger finals on Monday, and this was one of the squads on there, and they made my day quick and easy. They went in, they handled their business. A few rounds later, I was ready to eat dinner.
Hey, look, they handle business like a hitman. I've been watching this team week in and week out. I'm a big fan. Everybody knows my long-standing love for somebody like Detox. He's the Tasmanian devil of Gears of War. Every time he gets hot, he gets to spinning. You best get out of his way because he will make sure that everybody and anybody is taken down and out. But we're going into our first map. It is Forge. I want to see how they get their spawns settled out. I want to see how both these teams put forth their best foot here on map number 1, because I think one of the best things that always gets to be showcased on a map like Forge is that top control fight and who can come away with the big dub up there.
I'm looking at some big heading players like Detox, Tactics on this side of things. I see Jax making a name for himself. A lot of opportunity here in this major to really put yourself above and beyond the rest of the opposition. When it comes to having that clout, when it comes to being notarized within Gears Esports, but quickly and early on, Cellz and Detox working together to get the first blood in this matchup and immediately pressing forward for more, especially Cellz, man. I've been talking to this guy more and more lately, and he's been fired up ready for this event.
They've got, I mean, Cellz has really put his best foot forward. I love him just as much as anybody right now. They're going to go across the top of the control tower. They're going to have a little flank right here. A big pinch will come out. These last two members of Morningstar here at this side of the map are going to get lancered out. 3 straight downs, 3 straight kills. That is the kind of teamwork I love to see early in a matchup. And now, Siphonic has to pull back. I believe Levels is there with him. Marshall coming off of respawn. They're all stacked up outside of their home hill. They're going to try to just put a lot of pressure onto the players of Hayabusa coming into this fight, but the revives come out. I mean, they're playing like a nice train, little engine that could. They're going to continue to pump forward down these train tracks. Oh. And Daze back-to-back up ace. You saw that we fixed it for Gears of War's Twitter. They said that there was some high-level calculations going on, but Daze had the actual high-level calculations. He hit him with back-to-back up ace, baby.
And he has 4 A buttons at this point in time, the way he was playing. And I like the way he was playing at take away from the shotgun battles that went on. He made sure that he went down low. You see those 3 pillars on cooling and turbines. I call those power positions when you're trying to overtake your enemy team's hill or if you're trying to hold on to your own. So while the rest of his team was trying to solidify the hill, they're pushed up on that side of things. He made sure that he solidified those pillars. He took out a couple players with those up A's you were talking about, turned around and got a quick second kill for a double kill. So already starting off hot is this Hayabusa clan, and we go back up to the up top fight because there's utility now placed into some of these players' hands doesn't mean that opening strategy is going to change up.
Now what we have to do is be very cautious about how quickly they can get out of here. Tactics back A's onto both players. Jax and Maniik are already down. They're taken out. They have a third, fourth, maybe kill coming through in the middle of the map. You can see Marshall's there, and he gets wiped away. Now it's up to Levels once again. Last alive for his team, playing back into the spawn behind those pillars, trying to wait for somebody to come off of respawn. No elimination domination just yet. Here comes the cavalry. 3 off of respawn, led by Jax. Flash grenade, smoke grenade out. They're going to stop this domination by getting a touch here on the hill. You see Cellz trying to up A. He's going to get taken down flat by, I believe that was Jax. Now Flash is going to, oh my God. These shotguns are, get Flash, stop it, all right? Where's the humanity out here? Somebody, like, this is euthanization for these first 2 rounds.
He's like, hi, as he gets a 3-piece right there to take all 3 of them out. This man, this team, I said it last split, I'll say it again. Even though you have 5 players on the team, you call 1-800-GO-DAZED if you need some work done. You can get there in a moment's notice or your money back guaranteed, as they have 2-0 lead right now. And it does look like they're going to stick to the utility. And that's something that we did see get changed up when those talents got placed, banned from being directly into the loadout. You saw players like to put that utility directly on the map, build it up to shock grenades, sometimes build up to a hand burst or instant, whatever it may be. This time around, we're seeing things go back to the classics with a lot of utility directly into those loadouts.
So we come here to the 3rd round. Everybody has those extra utilities, the flashes, the smokes. Jax is going to pull his Lancer. He's going to get a lot of shots here on a Tactic. Tactic's dropping that flash off. Now Maniik is going to try to push up, but look at the Lancer angle from down low. He's getting some damage put on him through that big window. They get the first kill. Now the second. This is where Morningstar has to heat up. They have to answer back here. They've got 2 left alive to deal with. Cellz being one of them, Dazed being the other one at the home hill. 2 shots and a down for Cellz. That'll slow up Morningstar just a little bit, but Dazed finds himself in the same position that Levels was. Dazed has to pull back. Let's see what Morningstar does with their advantage. Are they going to slow things up, or are they going to try to push for this triple cap domination? Looks like they're going to pull back, pump the brakes, pull the Lancers out, and now try to swallow whole the offense of Hayabusa Clan. And Hayabusa has to get their 5th member off of respawn before they can even think about making this retake.
And right now, I do like the defensive setup from M-Star Gaming. 2 players down low, watching the overextension from home hill to home hill. 2 players kind of sitting in the middle, but you see a 5-man push coming out from Hayabusa Clan. You don't see this every day. They're going to go ahead and activate that incinerator, cut off a passageway, funneling all towards one side, but the 5-man is going to continue to press forward. All but Flash is trying to push forward, but the chain revive's coming through. That's going to be Tactics getting one on Levels. It does look like it's going to be successful for a moment, as Maniik is actually pushed right back out of spawn. So a rare 5-man push from Hayabusa Clan is actually working out for them as they get the decap and solidify that home hill capture of M-Star's home. So now it's going to be up to M-Star here to make the right adjustments and the right plays to get back into this one. Flash Cellz picking up a pair of kills though for Hayabusa to keep this one rolling onto their side. Levels get that power position, unable to do anything with it though, as Hayabusa Clan looking to run away with this one.
Ooh, Siphonic answers back with 1 though, and hey, I was going to tell you right there, PR, when you get that rare 5-man push, whether it be Rice or a 5-man retake, that pressure will cook you quick. Now Marshall is going to be able to try to get 1 shot in the back and the down. They're going to get cleaned up, 1 kill here. They're going to try to keep this hill pressurized and basically decapped, because they're going to get this lead back, but all of this extra pressure puts them in a pretty bad position, because now they have to pull back, play defense. They're barely going to get the point lead before they have to worry about playing defense at B and A. 4 members of Morningstar are there in the middle. Maniik will roll across toward that. Oh my God, the trade comes out. So the misroll doesn't kill him. It actually saves him for just a moment. Now Marshall over the cover will get the kill. Will get killed by Dazed. Dazed has some help now from Flash. There's the retake onto the B hill by Siphonic. He has a teammate with him, but it's a 3v2 on the map, and it looks like Morningstar won't be able to get this if they get any more deaths to their fashion, unless Siphonic goes huge. He gets 1 to his name, but 1, not enough.
Yep, you see Maniik trying to spawn up here. I don't necessarily agree with that spawn, because you're almost promoting the rest of your teams to spawn up. I would like to see him kind of concede this round away. Get your respawns all the way back up to 4, because Team Morningstar are going to concede this one away, and Hayabusa are able, with that 5-man push late into the game, solidify it. So even though they did get a couple eliminations there on the Hayabusa on the home hill of Morningstar, it just wasn't enough. And that's what happens, and I always talk about it. Sometimes it's not about the right play or the wrong play. Once you learn to Wolfpack together, you can make almost anything happen.
They can make almost anything happen, and that right now, I mean, this team has got to look scary to a lot of the rest of the league. Hayabusa is one of those teams, and I've gotten a chance to speak with a lot of them time in and time out, and really ask how they feel about their matchups coming into the later rounds of the weeks of challengers, who they feel like they should play against, what their best options are, their best map. And one of the quotes I always take away from my conversations with them is, to them, it doesn't really matter who they're going up against. It doesn't matter what maps they're playing on. For them, they feel like they should have been they should be a pro league team. But more importantly than that, they want to put everybody on like skates. They want to just slide people to the side and just continue.
Now, Colin, the match is underway. We don't have to wait very long. And I talk about the possibility of that drop shot being placed up top. It's actually going to be in the middle. So that opens up a different avenue of strategy. It's not going to be as chaotic as it was before, but it adds another level of teamwork.
Definitely adds another level of teamwork. Here they are toward the middle of the map. You see right there, Detox will go down, and they have the members and they have the numbers here to fight against Cellz. Cellz trying to get shots on, gets one down, goes to the up A, doesn't get the kill. He does slide past him though on that back cover, gets the kill. There's the rotation out by Tactics, the revive, the kills, the hills, the drop shot. Everything is in their favor. They're looking to go 4-0 up, and they're looking to take a commanding lead here. Domination starting to tick through, and another double kill for Dazed. My man might as well be double D's, because he's double killing everything, and his name is Dazed. What an absolute monster of a first half by Hayabusa.
Does he play paddles? Does he play paddles? I know I made the joke about 4 A buttons, but if he plays paddles, 2 A buttons is definitely possible. Getting 2 back-to-back updates right there from Dazed. But if you look at both of those players, both Dazed and his opposition, the first place they went was where, Colin? They went to the power position in those pillars. So if you're a team, you're starting out, if you're a team that might not be as good at Forge, you got to make sure when you're getting threatened on your home hill or you're threatening another team that you solidify those pillars, because they will turn the tide to the heat of the battle at a moment's notice. But look at the weapon selection right now. We see a Marksa versus a smoke grenade. Colin, what do you think about that?
Oh, I mean, definitely the Marksa has to be favored, especially with some of the players that are on Hayabusa being very good with those secondary weapons, those power rifles that can get those easy headshots. It looks like it's going to be Cellz, as a matter of fact, going ahead and picking up that Marksa for his squad, trying to get damage onto players, and he's already got a couple of shots onto Marshall, trying to get that down. They get the call out on Maniik down there with Siphonic. They had it down, but look at Tactics doing it every and anything he can to try to get some kills to keep his team in this. He's going to have to come down out of that button area, excuse me. He gets one good shot out on his Siphonic, but not a second. And I believe, if I read that correctly, Cellz might... No, he didn't. They're all Lancers over there. I just want to make sure he didn't die with the Marks out and give it up. I saw somebody reload, and it looked like the Marks. It looked like a long barrel rifle instead of just the Lancer. So good start for Morningstar here in the first round of the second half. That's what they need if they're going to start this campaign to come back.
Oh, they hurt him with the weapon switch. Oh, variable timing on the weapon switch, but Level's able to get 2 downs. That's going to be big. He's only able to clean up 1. If he can get another one, it doesn't matter if he dies. He doesn't get the second one. Did get the down, but nice attempt coming through. A little bit of a cheeky play, and that opens up the door for Siphonic to slip past enemy lines. So we got domination for a moment, but this is where it is going to end. He might have met his match. Cellz and teammates go ahead and backtrack to try to take him out. It does work out, but this is where that knowledge I went ahead and talked about during that break, Colin, that button push up top. You got to believe it will get pushed early on from somebody from Hayabusa, or at least I would like to think he wasted it. Yes, exactly what it is. And hopefully, Cellz, you can help me out with my lore here. Look at the monitors, man. I know you're trying to help your team, but forget the Lancer damage. Look at the monitors.
We see Cellz up top by the button. I was trying to see. Yeah, there's that bar that you saw. I like that. You saw the bars that you talked about earlier on the monitors. He knows when that button's not anywhere close to coming back. So he's going to have that Lancer angle. He's going to have the ability to do the button press. They're going to go in there. It looks like they're trying for this E retake right now. And Cellz has to try to have a very good angle down there to try to stop them from getting that kill. But with that first kill, that's going to open things right back up for Morningstar to try to push through. Jax will take position backside of the E hill. He's going to move into the incinerator area, and he's actually going to push straight across. He's going to try to get this kill, and the up A comes out, gets the kill there onto Dazed, rotating back toward those mid cog wheels. Detox will have the drop, but he's down. Somebody needs to get over there and make sure they get the revive off on him. Here comes the rotational flank out from 2 different members of Morningstar. Detox puts it on his back. Good job. He's not going to die with it out, so he will not give it up to his opponents, but they're going to continue to press him. They're going to continue to try to make this happen for him, and now another down comes out. Here comes Maniik back A. Detox dead off the map. No more drop shot for Hayabusa. And this, ladies and gentlemen, should be Morningstar's round. This should be a 4-1, and we should go into the next round knowing that they still got to win 4 rounds in a row.
Yep. But that is the start. The first round is always the hardest, especially if a player can get away with the drop shot just like we saw. So great opportunity for Morningstar, but you still have to win 4 more, just like Colin said. So going into this next round, I'm really eager to see this weapon placement. On the side of Morningstar, they can easily get those incendiary grenades back, but it does look like they're going to hover up top. They're putting the torque bow up top, but that's a denial away from Hayabusa. You already see that marker there on the side. It would have easily been a torque bow if that denial didn't come out. So towards the low side, they're keeping those incense. So we got a double denial coming out. It's one of the first times I've had the pleasure to cast a double denial that isn't a lock.
You're right. I mean, they're going to continue to hold. If I'm Hayabusa, I sit on that. I continue to build up whatever I want until it comes down to that round 9 possibility and then take away maybe their strongest weapon. Tactics will be up here. Flash is out. He's going to get re-stunned. They actually threw it right at their feet, and they backed back down the stairwell, which put Tactics in a pretty bad position. Now he's full red. He has to worry about Maniik trying to rotate around on him. Maniik will get that kill. Flash will go down as well. 2 dead straight away. Levels will be down for the side of Morningstar. Button press. Siphonic will have the torque bow and get out. I'm trying to take a quick look over from everybody. The drop shot still has not been picked, but 3 players down there for Morningstar are in the area, and they're able to actually just pick it up for free, get away with it. Dazed, full red. He'll go down. 2 shots over the cover from Maniik. 3 shots, excuse me. We'll get the kill there. Torque bow out for Siphonic. He's going to try to get 1, maybe 2 more picks with that thing. He's got 3 bolts in his quiver. First shot out. Won't find anybody. No connection there, PR. He's going to try to recount the second one and no connection. Just a little bit of splash damage.
Hey. So far, he's no Robin Hood, but he's doing his job, staying alive, running away, trying to reposition. Last torque bow, trying to get some cheeky damage off, unable to connect, so not the best usage of the torque bow for Siphonic, but his team does have 2 hills. They do have the lead, so it's up to Hayabusa here to make the right moves. And you see 2 players extending towards the top, 3 players down low towards the bottom, so they're getting ready for a split push of sorts. So luckily for Morningstar, though, they just need to hold on. And even if the decap does come through, as long as they don't allow Hayabusa to cap, they won't be in a bad position, especially with Marshall having that drop shot.
Most definitely, they're going to have the air. They're going to, even though Hayabusa will have the button press, drop shot out, double kill. No way. That. Oh. Okay.
What?
All right, look, Dazed's still dead. Dazed's still down. And Flash, even though he runs over there, the incendiary comes out. They finish off both of them. I'm a big proponent of going ahead and throwing that incendiary, getting that kill, not giving Flash a chance to get that revive. I've always hated to watch teams try to save their support, their utilities, any of their resources. Like, we're going to continue later on in this round and need them further down the line. Go ahead and use them, get the kills, try to put the pressure on your opponent. I mean, Cellz is going to have to go absolutely massive to put pressure on his opponents here. I'm not sure Hayabusa even respawns in no matter what. Cellz might try to bait out maybe another 1v or so. Oh, it's gonna be a 2v. It's gonna be a 2v1 on one side, 1v1 on the other side. Jax actually rolls back. I love this out of Cellz. He's like, I'm taking this 1v, baby.
I'm just like laughing over here, letting you take that commentary, because I love those situations. You almost know who's going to win those rounds. The one player is alive. Everyone's kind of conceding it away, but nobody wants to give the 1v. But no one's also trying their hardest to get that Lancer down. They're just kind of toying with them, playing with their food of sorts. Hopefully M-Star can close this one out in way of a comeback. 5 straight rounds? Man, that would be some content right there.
It's going to be some definitive content, YouTube videos, hashtags, whatever it may be for the side of Morningstar Gaming if they can win 5 rounds in a row. Marks is out for both squads now. Hayabusa will put those flashes out. Their second half home hill or secondary home hill spot. Coming to this next round, I want to see the Hayabusa has struggled in that top half or that top control tower fight since the second half started. I want to see what adjustments they decide to make.
It's actually, it looks like they might concede that torque bow away, but that means they need to act quick towards the low side, get the drop shot, get these eliminations, either one, but since nobody's got the drop shot just yet, they need to specialize in these eliminations. They're going to get Jax. Cellz is going to get that drop shot. Siphonic a little late to that torque bow pickup. Would love to see him get in his hands a little bit sooner to try to take out Cellz, but everything has been done. The dust settles just a little bit, and it's going to be Hayabusa capturing this first hill, and it's going to be up to them to make this push towards the top side, and it works. Drop shot's going to open up the door for Cellz and the rest of Hayabusa clan.
Siphonic will have a good sight line. He's actually going to continue to back up here. I think he's going to try to get one pick here with that bow. He knows, though, that there's 3 of them up there, so he has to just get out of dodge with his life in hand. He can't go down. Shot over the cover! My God, that's one of the things that came out in that update about a month ago now, PR. You know how they stopped the randomization on the spread, shooting over the cover. It's a much tighter spread now with that blind fire where you just kind of put the Nasher over the top and let loose with the trigger. So that came through in spades right there for Siphonic. And now you see Morningstar push back out across the rest of the map. Jax will be inside that E-hill. Multiple members in the area trying to get around. Cellz will have to come off a respawn. I'm not sure he ever got to use the secondary drop shot. So once again, Morningstar with the advantage here. They have the 2-to-1 hill cap. They've got one player spotted out. That's Tactics. And they're going to try to get damage on him. They will get the kill. So 5v4 still staggering the deaths. Morningstar looks like they're going to take this to at least 4-3.
Don't call it a comeback as Morningstar looking to solidify just that. We got a little bit of a switch up of the torque bow, and honestly, after what I saw Siphonic last round with the torque bow, I don't disagree with it. Maybe Marshall's just their power weapon player as well, because we did see him with the drop shot early on. So as this one slows down just a little bit, it's because Hayabusa is getting ready for their push. You got 4 players up towards their home hill, possible 2 players being able to adjust down low. So Hayabusa is just trying to keep M-Star guessing until that right time comes. But quick downs coming through. Connection with the torque bow. Double kill coming out from Marshall. This could be an M-Star round if they can close it out. Almost a triple kill. I don't even know what I just saw there. It looked like it connected, but it's not going to be a connection that he needs. But he finds himself out of position. Marshall goes down. I don't agree with that, but just in case, Levels is there to be the angel that he needs.
And with wings on his shoulders, the revive comes out. There's the pick there. High levels on that Marksa. Cellz trying to make something happen. Little roadie strafe out. Once again, it'll be down to 1 player left. That'll be Flash. They're going to count this. They're going to chalk this one up. And Morningstar has mounted a fantastic 3 rounds in a row. I mean, this is stellar performance by them. Triple cap domination ticks through. 4-3, 3 in a row for them. 2 rounds to go if they want to come away with map number 1. Hayabusa needs to make a big-time adjustment here. One of the things that's been biting them in the butt is they haven't been able to win that control tower fight since the second half started. They haven't come away with that torque yet. Siphonic has come away with it 2 out of the last 3 rounds. Marksa taken down to 60 seconds for the side of Morningstar. Hayabusa will answer back. I'm not sure what they're going to do here, whether they add ammo, they disable. They're going to go for the disable, so they take away the drop rather than the torque, which I think maybe might be the change they need, because one of the things, putting that extra emphasis on that mid fight right there by that drop has also taken somebody out of that top control fight. It's made things a little bit more wary. You can't fight over it as stoutly as you should be able to. Now everybody's going to be a 3v3 up here, 1-1 on the rest of the map, trying to Lancer, Marksa, whatever they can to help out their teammates, but Tactics will break ice here. And a team kill comes out from Tactics. His Nasher was still swinging in the wind after the revive, and he kills another teammate. So Flash now in a 2v1. I wonder if he's going to back out. Reload comes through, backslide, almost gets him to the cover, but not in time. Levels will get the down, not the out. E-hill taken up by Hayabusa, and I believe that is Dazed down low. Excuse me, that'll be Cellz down low, trying to rotate around. Just trying to keep pressure on different members from Morningstar.
Yeah, I really thought with that block, it was going to go in favor of Hayabusa clan. When you saw early portion of these games, it was when that drop shot wasn't there. They were chaining together these rounds, but now that it's not there again, things have turned. Siphonic and the rest of M-Star might have learned their lesson. There goes another elimination. He still has the torque bow in his hand if he can somehow get this one, but he gets taken out by Detox. That was something Hayabusa absolutely needed here, and now he goes to press the button. So a decap came through for M-Star. No capture, though, at least here for just a few more seconds, but those seconds are going to be the seconds Hayabusa Hayabusa needs. They're going to get spawned back up, get right back into position to try and make sure M-Star doesn't get this free capture. So now the Flames are going to disappear here in just a short moment. Capture intent coming through from M-Star. They're trading off the damage. Capture is going to be complete, but they did get the kill on Jax. They get a second one on Maniik, so it looked like it was going all M-Star all the way is now in favor of Hayabusa.
And Hayabusa, that's a good job by them. All the Lancer damage, moving one person to the back of the incinerator for that extra sight line. And even though this is a very quick respawn round, all 5 members back up for Morningstar. Detox will be waiting on that secondary torque bow. Tactics over that cover will get shots on, but not going to be able to get any kills just yet. And Marshall hits a concrete block, an absolute apartment complex there. And these cover fights, I mean, you got to stop taking these cover fights against Morningstar. They are absolute assassins in these cover fights, and it's been brilliant to see. Shots over it, shots around it, whether it be reaction or blindy, they have come away with a definitive advantage on those mid-block fights, and that's brilliance by them, knowing what their strengths are, knowing how to bait their opponents into those fights. Cellz is trying to make a big play here. Full spread, second shot through, embarrasses one member. 2 more to worry about, though, as they enclosure on him.
Oh my god, even though he dies here, Colin, that kill was amazing. Him staying alive, wasting as much time as he did, amazing. But I like what M-Star is doing. Leaving him down, make him kill himself, get those few extra seconds, because you know those few extra seconds could change the tide, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Siphonic, Maniik working together, double kill coming through late portions into this game as the win condition will change toward the top side, even looking for a triple cap domination. Only 2 players alive. Neither one of them is in position to stop this one from coming through. So it was a 4-0 lead for Hayabusa, leads us to a round number 9 in map number 1.
Brilliance personified by Morningstar, and you can see Dazed leading at 17 and 10, but all those kills have really not amounted to anything for Hayabusa, except they find themselves 1 round away from losing a map that they were in complete control of early. 4-4. Here we come to round 9. Shocks are out. I don't know if that's going to be a big difference maker, though, because you can't really rotate that shock quickly over to that fight.
I don't think it's something you get off the initial. I don't think so.
They're sending Dazed over there.
Dazed can get me wrong. Shock over the top. I want to see something cheeky coming out from Dazed.
I don't know what they're going to do. It looks like they're going to have a 2v1 for the torque. Down low, you see Hayabusa is actually overloading the drop. Detox gets it. He's actually going to get out as well. They're going to continue to mark him. They're calling out the mark. They're just going to continue to keep marks on him and say, hey, look, that's the drop, that's the drop, that's the drop. Siphonic is way deep into that control tower fight. It's going to be long. It's not going to be enough. They won't even get damage on a Siphonic. The active wasn't there. Siphonic, though, pushes up. Now they're trying to trade out these kills. They need to get this torque bow out without losing any teammates, because you can apply this pressure if you can continue to keep damage onto Siphonic. But now you see the 3 members of Hayabusa working together. Down low, Siphonic gets 1 shot down by Detox. Good job by him. Up top, button control. He knows his teammates are there. They don't have to use it right now. Marshall will try to snub back across. Jax is down, though. I think they need to try to kill Jax off here. You want to get him to 0. You want to make his life as hard as possible, but the revive will come through PR. So 5 back alive. The only people that really are threatening to put their team in a bad position is Jax himself with only 1 respawn.
And that was just perfect timing for everything on the side of Hayabusa. They got an elimination at the perfect time, but there goes another one on Jax. Any offensive play stopped in their tracks right now as the rest of the Hayabusa members, they're going to back up. They realize we don't need to die for this hill. Not only do we have an up top button, but we also have a drop shot that can be used. So there goes the button, and it gets them a kill on Maniik. So what could have been an easy dodge roll, get them to waste the button, come back out, and then re-push back in, has turned into a free kill. Jax on no extra respawns remaining. And Morningstar still has to make a push here. They have 3 players, make that 4 players geared up down low, so this push could come through, but it does look like simultaneously Hayabusa is going to take a push up top of their own.
And I don't know if Hayabusa knows or not, but they had basically isolated Jax inside of their spawn. They kill him 5v4 effective for the rest of this round, but they stay here. They're trying to stay in the fight. They only have a 30-point lead. They're going to try to get this kill here on levels, but just won't be able to get it to go. And now Morningstar can back up and play defense in this position. Drop shot picked by Cellz. Nobody's close enough to get the quick revive off. I believe the only person close enough is Dazed, who does get it. Lancer fire from up top will have the down there on the Maniik, but I'm not sure if anybody's in the area. And look at the great rotation. Siphonic is chasing Cellz. Siphonic is right behind him. Cellz knows it now. He gets the call out. He has to take this 1v1, maybe even rotate over to the E-hill. He knows he has to get that drop shot out. He cannot give the death up, and he does! This is falling to pieces for Hayabusa. Morningstar should be able to make some kind of comeback. They've got everything decapped for Hayabusa as well.
They have the win condition on their side of things, and now Dazed has no extra respawns remaining. Maniik gets taken out. Tactics is down on the ground. E is captured up by Hayabusa. They're going for the second capture. Morningstar needs to put a stop to this. 2 hills in favor of Hayabusa. Win condition switched on over as well. The win condition towards the top. The lead has changed late into the game. Morningstar, this is not enough. Marshall goes down. Siphonic meets the same fate. Players dropping left and right. This is looking like lights out.
Lights out indeed. The switch comes through. Levels with another one. Maniik, though, is still there fighting over the E-hill. This is going to come down to the last few moments, but Morningstar gets E. Decap at the home hill won't come through. They stand tall. Morningstar Gaming, 5 rounds in a row, have put Hayabusa in the ground in map number 1. What a turnaround. What a comeback. What a level of hype that team must be feeling. Your eyes do not deceive you. 5 straight rounds from the depths of hell, and Maniik with the disco dance under the bright lights on the big stage. What an absolute banger of a first map, PR.
Oh my God, I just gotta go ahead. Chat, Twitch chat, now's your time. Say hello to YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, because M-Star just completed a 5-0 comeback against Hayabusa. One Pro League team going up against another, or not a Pro League team, I do believe. So this is big for this squad, Colin. And this is huge for the content game. This is huge for Gears of War. And honestly, this is exactly how the Gears of War season has been playing out. Nothing, and I mean nothing, has been according to anybody's plans.
Nobody is safe. Nothing is set in stone. The sun's still gonna rise, and you still gonna pay your taxes, but Gears Esports will continue to not play by anybody else's playbook but their own. It's what makes it one of the most exciting, if not the most exciting esport living and breathing today. You step out onto the field of battle, and you know that you have to perform round in and round out to be able to win those maps. Hayabusa 4-0 up, drop 5 in a row. I am still almost in shock at what I got to see. And with how dominant Hayabusa was early on, I can only imagine what the conversation must be like for them in that Discord, the party chat, whatever it might be, the team speak, the Ventrilo, it could be anything. But right now, Hayabusa has to be beside themselves because they had a chance to win that map. And you know that Cellz has the drop shot. I believe if you're Cellz, no matter what you do not stop to fight that drop fight when you've got it on your back, PR. Yes, you can get snubbed in the back. You take the chance at going down, but run towards your spawn. Make them come onto your side of the map and put them in as much danger as they tried to put you. He turns, tries to burn, and we all know sometimes when you play with fire, your hands get a little scorched, my man, and that's what just happened to Hayabusa.
And Siphonic, Maniik, man, those guys towards the very end levels got the necessary kills, because you saw as soon as that incinerator went off and blocked M-Star from getting that capture early on towards the late portions. I say early, late portions. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Make sure to follow along. And I thought it was over. I thought Hayabusa with a 3-second lead was going to be able to hold on, but Siphonic spawned up and got those crucial kills towards the home mill to not only solidify the E for his team, but that home mill as well. You saw the win condition, you saw the score change late in the game, and there goes a map 1 victory for M-Star. And this is where I begin to question Hayabusa. How much composure, how much mental strength do you actually have to keep yourselves into this one after such a deflating loss?
And I think it's going to fall on the back of probably one of the more veteran players on that team. Yeah, I know Tactics Dazed, they got to play there for PDHM Gaming last major. They played in a major, and they played pretty damn well. I believe they finished, what was it, top 8, I think, at that last online winter major. But I think it falls on a guy that finished in the top 3, I think it was, of our last major. It comes down to Detox. I mean, he's got to be the veteran leadership of that team, kind of look around and say, guys, if the vibes get low, if we start arguing, this is a 2-0 waiting to happen, and we're about to go to District, which is a map that once you kind of get steamrolled on and they give the momentum up, that map does not lend itself to be kind of that war of attrition. It comes down to they've got the momentum, they're hitting their shots, they know what fights they have to take. If I'm Morningstar, I'm feeling pretty, I'm feeling fine like wine in a 1974 vintage. I'm getting those cover fights. I'm saying, look, let's take back a bandstand. Let's go over there, drop a drop shot down, because we obliterated Hayabusa in those cover fights. Let's just do it again. Drop it down at bandstand to the cinema, get those cover fights going for our favor again, even though they're 50-50s at the end of the day. When one team is clearly winning more, keep on that train, man. Keep on those tracks.
Yep, and like I said, one of the biggest things, I'm going to say it once, I'm going to say it one more time, I'm going to say it probably during the match again. Hayabusa, you have all the pressure on you now, and during that match, it did look like Hayabusa, they were cruising, they were up 4-0, and they might have been feeling themselves a little too much and letting things slip behind you. You allow for one player to slip by, you may be toying with your food another round, maybe you're trying to upstage somebody in a certain 1v1 fight, but 5 rounds in a row is just unheard of, and this is where I begin to think about some of these devastating losses I've seen in the past from not necessarily these teams in front of us, but when you have the lead right in your grasp, all you got to do is grab it and pull it down, and it slips, you begin to fall to those next 2 maps. You begin to kind of forget how you were playing as a team. You begin to start playing individual. So I'm kind of hoping Hayabusa doesn't let that loss kind of get in their heads. They got to have a pitcher's mentality. Forget about the 8 innings before. It's now bottom of the ninth. Game is now on the line. It's either shut up or win the game.
You know, and I can't agree with you more. We're going into a map number 2. It's District between Morningstar and Hayabusa Clan, and I take a look back at some of the things that were working for Hayabusa. It was sticking together. It was playing those team fights. When they took out the drop shot, even though they lost the round, they ended up winning that initial because they were able to take more team fights, more Wolfpack mentality. Coming here on a District, it's not a map that lends itself to a lot of Wolfpacking. Yeah, you can try to send 3 people to that home hill, get that early tick, and then just lancer out the B hill to try to get that early advantage over your opponents, make them make a mistake. But if you get settled down and that mid lane basically becomes no man's land, like back in the day between East and West Germany, it's one of those things where you try to cross no man's land, you're going to get turreted down by a couple of Lancers, and there's not many places for you to run and hide. I'm concerned now. If I'm a Hayabusa player, fan, or whatever it may be, I'm a little concerned for their chances coming here in a map 2. You need to figure out what was working best for you. And I think what was working best was those wolf packs. So try to get the early advantage. Try to win. I don't even know if it's necessarily win the initial, but put the initial far enough in your advantage to make Morningstar make mistakes.
Yeah, that's exactly what you got to do is make the mistake. But my thing is, after watching that match, it obviously take off the last 5 rounds where they're just completely crumbling before them. I think the play style that Hayabusa was playing kind of suits a map like this, especially towards that up top fight early on. It was towards the second half they began to pin together some momentum round after round and way of a comeback. Of course, they're going to start to feel themselves on the side of Morningstar, but I kind of worry where that drop shot does get placed and if it will fit Morningstar's game plan. We see them step up to the plate last time, but can they do it again? 5 rounds in a row is hard to come back from once, but if you find yourself in that same hole, can you do it again? So it's going to be Epstar to not put themselves in that position.
And you know, I don't think they will. Look, Siphonic, especially actually, let me rephrase that. Marshall has been probably one of the more underrated players. We've sung his praises from time to time, but you don't ever look at him and say, you know, that's the next big guy. All right, he doesn't have the same kind of shine that people put on somebody like Krabby's or Gary or any of them. And Marshall continues to go out and play his head off each and every map. He continues to help his team rotate around the map, whether it be a Lancer or shotgun in the fight. So I look at Marshall. I want to see what position they put him in coming up into this next matchup, because you saw how Siphonic was playing that torque bow. He was able to get shots on from that top position, maybe even get those torque bows to get a kill or two here, maybe even that splash damage. But it's you kind of get that balance. You got to find that balance. Siphonic doesn't win the torque bow, but Marshall's getting the downs and damage there at the drop shot fight. Oh, Marshall's not getting the downs and damage, but Siphonic wins the torque bow. The push and the pull for Morningstar was almost 50-50 in that first map. I know they lost the first 4 rounds, but when they started winning rounds, it was much more that team effort, that team-oriented, hey, look, somebody might be falling or dropping off, but somebody else somewhere on the map is really picking it up for the rest of his team. So I need to see them continue on that train. I need to see them continue to do that in spades, especially in map number 2. This is, without a doubt, one of the more interesting matchups, like you spoke to just a few moments ago. It's a pro league team versus a non-pro league team, a challengers team. And Hayabusa pretty much ran through the challengers unopposed. Yep. They won 4 of those challengers tournaments. So it's just a very interesting matchup, because both of these teams almost even play similarly to one another. Not mirror images, but definitely, I mean, it might be a funhouse mirror. It might be a little wonky in top or bottom, but they play close enough.
Yeah, no, and coming into this one, I do think Hayabusa has the best potential, the best chances to force a map number 3 between these two teams, because of the eventual drop shot placement that I do predict will go down. Because if you look at a lot of that first half, before that first lock got put into place, it was all Hayabusa. They were winning exchanges left and right. Didn't matter if it was up top, didn't matter if it was the middle of the fight. But yes, kind of like you said, once the torque bow got placed up top, once you start to split the team into 2 different sides of the map, you can kind of see what happened. But if you go back a little bit more, when you go to that team kill, if that team kill never happened up top, but I do believe in that round number 9 where they sent 3 players up top for the torque bow, might have been round number 8, I do believe Hayabusa could have closed it out there. So we're going to be fighting very, very similar scenarios, just like that up top fight on the torque boat if that drop shot does get placed. But I think it's going to be in Morningstar's best interest to try to wait as long as possible if they are going to be the ones to put that drop shot down. Use their teamwork, use their Lancer fire, use what they use in practice, because we know Hayabusa practice a very aggressive play style. So this is your opportunity to kind of use that, bait them into those aggressive fights, then use their teamwork to really capitalize on those exchanges. But like I said, once that drop shot does get placed, that's when I begin to scratch my head. That's when I begin to get teeter on over towards the Hayabusa side.
All right, well, we're going to have to see how that plays out. I've gotten word from the voice of God himself. He said that we're loading into the map, so we'll probably get to see that beautiful fly-through here momentarily of all those sights and sounds of District. It's going to be an absolute fight fest on different parts of this map. I'll be curious to see, like you said, if it goes to Bandstand or Cinema, because I believe we'll probably eventually see that drop shot get placed down. Both of these teams, though, do have a very slay-heavy mentality. They like to put pressure on their opponents. District is one of those maps that plays a little bit slower from time to time when, you know, you get Lancer angles inside the juice or the info, and you're able to just Lancer out and slow the enemy team up rather than allow them to rotate around the map. This is definitely going to be an interesting map number 2 for us, PR. We have 2 pretty stout teams, 2 pretty stacked teams, if you ask me. I mean, at the end of the day, they're still 10 of the best players in the world. Otherwise, they wouldn't be competing here on a Friday in a Gears Esports Online Major. I am still Colin the Crow Clark. I'm still being joined by Jacob MVPR. And I hope you haven't gotten sick of our faces yet, because we're trying our best out here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, once again, I joked around with Taylor about this a few weeks ago. I wish I had a magic start to game button. You know how it is. You know how it is. I'm sure.
I just want to know where that I think it was on E-Days. Where's the Torch time cam? Who am I blaming for this one? Can we get it integrated in here? Can I join? I want to point my finger at somebody. That is your fault.
You did it. It's all on you. It ain't nobody else. But there it is. That goal just fly through. My God, I'm sure my man Meerkat probably did that himself. All those beautiful fly through shots. I'm sure the observer back there at UMG did that all by himself. He said, "Look, I'm gonna get you the best looks at this map possible." But here we come. First round, second map. Tactics lancering out, playing an old school skin. I like that. You don't see many Gary Carmines on the field of battle nowadays, but he's still rocking him socks off. Marshall trying to stick in that corner. He's got great shots on the Dazed. If I was Dazed, I'd be a little concerned for my health and safety, but already Flash is down. They're trying to answer back with a kill on a Jax, but they're not going to be able to find it just yet. Now Siphonic will finally go down. Detox getting that kill. They're going to get a second down and out here in the middle of the map. That could give them the ability to come back in this, but the Lancer angles for the B hill from Morningstar just too strong.
I just feel like they have three of the smallest characters on COG right now. We got Detox playing as one of the Terminator branded skins, Dazed playing as Mac, and I do believe there's Tactics as Gary. And then I always used to feel like Dom was a little compact character. He's a little hefty, but he's shorter than the rest. That's how I always felt about Dom. I always like using Dom. And then you got Flash, regular styled character. I'm breaking down all the characters right now as this game does slow down just a little bit. And this is where it's going to be up to Hayabusa. You see two players stacked up towards the top side. One player is going to be in the juice, and there's two players down low. So what those players down low are doing, they're trying to make sure that Morningstar does not forget about them. So that way, when that play does go down up top, they have to keep their head on the swivel. They have to be ready for this split push to come out, because it's going to be up to Hayabusa to throw some sort of a flake, some sort of a split push to catch the members off guard, get them in a false rotation, and then capitalize from there.
Marshall's going to pull all the way back now into a more defensive position. You see Dazed trying to push up into the back of that cinema area. But I love the way that Morningstar is set up. They really, they're not giving up any sight lines whatsoever. Two members inside the info. They're going to be able to Lancer out about 90% of this map. There might be one or two little hidey holes away from those sight lines, but it's not going to be very many places you can run or hide. The decap comes through. Tactics will get revived for a moment. I love how they jumped into the info. They applied pressure through the middle of the map rather than down low and go for a split push. They knew they had to get those Lancers down and out. Flash is traded out. The kill's not coming through succinctly for Hayabusa, and I don't believe it's going to be enough with the way this round has played out so far, but the triple cap domination is being threatened. This could be very dicey.
157 is the magic number. They come back with two at 157. Obviously, dominating the opposition makes it that much easier as Hayabusa trying to take a stranglehold in the late portions of the game, and it is going to work. I talked about that split push coming down, Colin. You need to watch out from both ends, and M-Star just got caught slipping.
Got caught slipping indeed. Like I said, they went for that double setup in the info. It comes back to bite them as the pressure came through, and Hayabusa was able to use that shotgun ability to perfection to come away with a lot of those kills and really set up that triple cap domination there to come through for them at the end of the round to take a 1-0 lead. But I mean, if I'm Hayabusa, no lead feels safe anymore. I'm not confident about anything until we're going to map 3 type deal. You know what I'm saying, PR?
Yep. I wouldn't be confident until, you know, the guy's down. I'm at 245, and then the confidence will come out. Then I'm going to start humping people. Then I'm going to start teabagging and let them know who's boss. Like, yeah, I was confident the whole time, but we know how that curse comes.
Yeah,
you know how that curse happens.
It's not just a
little too early. Very much practice on it, but only time will tell if we do make it there. It was utility placed directly into these players' hands. And one team, we got a triple cap while Hayabusa going for the standard double.
Definitely going for the standard double cap there. As you can see on that mini map, everybody at home gets a chance to look over how everybody is rotating around these maps, and they get to see that beautiful X-ray, so they know exactly where the players of the opposing team are at all times. Whereas these players really got to learn that. They got to use the info given by marks, by communication, by teamwork to try to figure out where everybody is. Smokes out into the middle juice area. Now the push comes through. It looks like Hayabusa is going for this over rotation through the second half home hill. They've lost Detox meanwhile, and now they lose Tactics, and they're going to leave Dazed in a 1v2, but a team kill from Maniik will not necessarily even up the odds, but make it a lot harder for Morningstar to really pounce on this as an advantage. Levels takes care of Flash there as he slides into that cover. Easy kill on him. The respawns come through. I believe if you're Cellz, you have to turn around and try to Lancer out to help your teammates coming off a respawn. Detox first to the fight, Flash is out. Somebody is just lancering them down, putting a lot of damage on multiple members of Hayabusa, and Morningstar look like they're gonna answer this thing back and get it to 1-1. Tie it up here, map number 2.
I know it's only the first round on the board for M-Star, but it's just the way that they did it. It just didn't look like there was any life on the side of Hayabusa towards that last second effort. As soon as M-Star did get set up, you saw Maniik's big kills. There was really no answer back coming from Hayabusa, even though, I mean, they probably didn't have the members there. They didn't have the full teamwork, but after a big 5-0 comeback, those are the rounds you got to watch out for. Those quick, close rounds. I wouldn't say quick, but those really close rounds that can teeter either way. You begin to second guess yourself in certain scenarios that I just don't want Hayabusa doing. I want to see a map number 3. I want to see this one go down to the wire like we've already been blessed early on between UIU and VQ, where it was a map number 3 and VQ took it 2-1.
You see Everybody rolling out. 3-man take for the side of Morningstar will give them the advantage once again in this setup. So very cautious of what is happening in the later parts of this round. As you can see, it is going to be on the backs of Hayabusa to make the first move once again. And they're going to go for the bottom half of the map now. They throw the smoke out into the window, not allowing the Lancer angle to come through. But Maniik with a big-time shot over the cover gets a chunk onto Detox. And once again, the cover fights of Morningstar just too strong, my brother.
Yep, and especially how they're able to push some people forward, whether it's 1 player, 2 players, and then they always have that 3rd guy, that 4th guy waiting in the wings, get that crossfire, making those shoddy fights that much easier. So they're already going in, getting the decap, but they know not to bite off more than they can chew. The decap is going to be enough for now. They know another round of slaying is in order if they're going to get this triple cap domination. 1 goes down, but it is going to be traded out by Tactics. The players from Hayabusa are trying to spawn up, trying to get in position to chase these M-Star members off, but they're not giving up without a fight. You see Siphonic trying to catch somebody off guard, trying to catch somebody slipping, getting over aggressive. He does get taken out, and that opens up the door for Hayabusa. They trail roughly 40 points, so it's still rather close in the early game.
You're right. There's less than 150 points on the board for either team, so there's still plenty of time to rotate around the map. We're only in the 3rd round of the first half, so you still got a lot of utility and a lot of lives to play with. Tactics throws the flower splash in. Reaction shot out. Won't be able to find the down on the Levels. They sent 3 players in here, and Levels just living in this info. Gets a kill. It's going to make things that much harder for Hayabusa. As you can see, Hayabusa has 2 members stuck here in the info now. They're going to rotate Cellz down to the home hill, and maybe Cellz can put some pressure down here, but he's going to go down. That's going to really force the hand of the rest of Hayabusa. They're going to have to play defense for their teammate. That's going to be, I believe, Dazed trying to get the decap here at the B hill. Marshall's going to be able to pull up and try to get damage on him. Flashes out. Here comes the fly. Siphonic first in. 2 up A's. Won't be able to find anything with anyone. Rap shot doesn't come through, but he shoots him straight over the cover. And once again, I'm a broken record, but take cover fights, Morningstar. Stop taking regular fights. All right, brother. Get on the cover.
They must have took that meme a little bit too serious, man. The up A for a gold player, double up A, and then a triple up A for Masters. These are pro players. There's 5 up A's when they're thinking about these strategies, tactics, trying to bounce around, unable to connect with anything. Gets taken out. M-Star is just firing on all cylinders. After that 5-0 comeback, man, they're gassed up, ready to take on the open road.
And it's not even regular Octane. They got premium in that bad boy, and they flying down a highway right now. Now Flash will sit on that cover and just try to shoot over it, but the Lancer fire from the inside of the info will help solidify that 5th and final kill. Elimination domination ticks through. 2-1 Morningstars. They come into the last round of the first half, and Hayabusa needs to change the fight here. They need to figure out something to do, because Maniik is sitting at 1 death. I mean, Maniik has been able to play this map however he so pleases. He's only died once at this point. I think Hayabusa needs to go ahead and make this fight somewhere else, about something else, because right now they're not getting it done.
Yeah. See, this is where, okay, now, I don't care how good you're doing, M-Star. I'm going to go ahead and say, as soon as Hayabusa drops that down low, you almost have to, or Hayabusa, as soon as Morningstar drops that down low, you almost got to put that drop shot up top. That will put them even weapon placements overall when it comes to that initial. I don't like it.
Well, we got to see what they do. I don't like it much either. They didn't change the fight in any way, shape, or form, and they haven't given themselves really an advantage to use going forward. They do have, I believe, a little bit of a point tick here, so it is going to be on the backs of Morningstar to come away with that extra push and rotation out. They have 2 members stacked up at the back of the cinema area. Flash, meanwhile, inside the info with Cellz. They're going to try to get Lancer shots on the Levels, and there goes the hop, not drop. But you see, I believe that's Marshall in the B hill. He's finally taken down in that cubby corner. They do have the player there to get the revive. Dazed will be taken out, so 5v4 around the map. Jack still has not died there. It is 4v4, kind of evened up, and Hayabusa needs to win some of these fights. They need to get some rotations out, and there it is. The kill feed will light up blue, and Hayabusa will be off to the races as they have 1, maybe 2 more members to contest with if they want to go for this triple cap domination.
I was going to say for a moment, I almost wanted to see Tactics just fly at Siphonic. At least try to go for the decap to come through, but respawn's coming all around. 3 players threatening directly on the hill from Hayabusa. And there's a 4th in Cellz waiting in that juice, trying to catch anybody from rotating around. Level's going to get elimination on 1. Multiple downs coming by, but no cleanups coming through just yet for Hayabusa. But Dazed and Detox Detox working together to keep this one going on the home mill of M-Star. Eliminations are going to continue to fly in favor of Hayabusa. Detox got another one before getting taken down, and there it goes. Win by elimination, win by domination. It doesn't really matter because Hayabusa after half tie it up 2-2.
And Hayabusa needed that round, if you ask me. I mean, that's a big confidence boost for them with the way that those couple of rounds went 2 and 3, where they gave up the early point tick advantage to Morningstar and then had to make that first move and got shut down pretty concisely both times. They needed to come away with that round number 4 because they needed to be able to put pressure right back on a Morningstar, make them think twice about what they're going to do and if they're going to play nice. But now we have flashes. We have 8 flashes, 9, 10, 11. Oh, my goodness. No, PR, I can't take it.
Hold on, where's my glasses at, Colin? It's not my stunner shade, but I got some glare protection coming on.
Thank God. I hope you got something, because I ain't got nothing to save me from what's about to happen to my corneas and my retinas. But we're going to see Tactics here in the middle cut of the area. He's going to be trying to take a fight. Detox takes a 2v1 down low. He doesn't get any help from Tactics over the cover. They go in, back A out from Tactics. We'll find one. It's going to even up for just a moment, but the downs are in favor of Morningstar at this moment. Hayabusa has 1 left alive, and that's going to be Dazed, and he's already down. He's out. I don't know if Detox is going to be able to make it. Detox, in fact, does make it off of respawn, but the triple cap domination is going to be able to come back just in time. He's going to try to up-A that flash, and Marshall was waiting for him there. So 40 seconds into round number 5. Shut on down.
I don't know what type of talk. I don't know what kind of speech. I don't know what Dome said to these guys before they got in the field today. I don't know if it was a speech from Braveheart. I don't know if he was standing on top of a podium, accepted I don't know what Dome said to them, but they are fired up. They are ready to go, and you already see the half on the flash. Oh, come on, Hayabusa. Put that drop shot up top. That is the only way you're going to neutralize the advantage coming out from M-Star. Finally, let's go. 12 flashes, 1 drop shot. Who will win?
I like this. Let's go. There you go. my boy PR out here. Finally getting hype over the drop shot, getting placed down. It changes up the mentality, because you saw where Morningstar placed their flashes down low. So they half the time with the flash down low, so Hayabusa answers back by putting the drop upstairs. Detox 2 shots in, gets a chunk. Now he's trying to bounce around. A good shot there. The down comes through. They're going to have at least 2 kills. Meanwhile, Morningstar has won the mid-cut fight, ladies and gentlemen. So Morningstar is not going to give up this round that easily. Levels is down there, capping up the E-Hill. Lancered upon by multiple members of Hayabusa in the middle area. And I like this. Levels is actually, he's going to go back and get those flashes. Make life hard on him. He's not going to get their flashes. He's not going to steal their utility from him, but he's going to be caught between 2 members of Hayabusa anyway, trying to bounce back and forth, trying to get a shot on either one of them to get a kill to really delay the push from Hayabusa. And I'm just not sure about this. Look at the way that Morningstar is already off of respawn and able to kind of rotate back into the mid-cuts area of the map. They trade out a kill even, so it's 4v3. Siphonic will come off of respawn first. This should be a Hayabusa initial. They'll get the 2-to-1 hill advantage, and they'll be ahead in points. Morningstar has to figure out how they're going to be able to get this retake off pretty perfectly.
Oh, sneaky kill. Oh, how do you let that one slip through? Maniik, you got to reposition yourself, or I should say Dazed, reposition yourself to stay alive. You can't just Maniik run up by himself while you have backup. He gets another down on Tactics, but he's not able to clean it up. I like the attempt to come through. Wish he would have thought about his movement a little bit more, but Siphonic gets another down, and I told you before this one, leaving those players down, hopefully letting them kill themselves, stagger the deaths from your opponents. Right now, Jax finds himself in a 1v2 situation, all the same. He should fall, but there goes 2 hills in favor of Morningstar.
And Morningstar with a home-to-home split now. Detox doesn't have any more drop shot to work with, and Morningstar is stacked up at the cinema area. So they weren't able to get such solidified control over the map that they were able to put the pressure on solely onto Morningstar to make a comeback. Morningstar gets the home-to-home stretch. They keep the points close, and they're stacked up in the cinema. I mean, this is looking like Morningstar will get that secondary drop shot and be able to just take heed of any kill they get on whoever may be trying to challenge them. Here comes the reinforcements. Hayabusa will throw flashes. They'll throw smokes. Siphonic was marked through that smoke, so Detox is going to be able to push in with a little bit of info. But Marshall gets the drop, and I believe he's going to get out pretty safe and secure here. They're going to try to chase him into their spawn. He threw out a flash, hops over, and Detox finally shuts him down. That's the kind of comeback they need. 5 dead. Elimination, domination ticks through. Hayabusa tied up 3-3.
Yep. Haymaker after haymaker, punch after punch. These two teams, they don't want to give up easily, but Detox 18-5. And honestly, this is about standard. As surprised as I sound, I almost would not have expected anything less, especially from what I've been able to watch from the Challenger scene, how he's been taking that scene by storm. But now we got upgraded shocks from both teams. Yeah, we still might see that head first, head down play with the shotguns to try to get that early kill, but they have to be very, very careful to where their opponent throws that shot grenade. They're going to have to maneuver around. They're going to have twinkle toes like some ballerinas in order to go past that.
I want to see what they do here. Shock's out for both teams. I don't know if you use the shock to stop them from getting the pick. It's almost like you do that as a last-ditch effort. You see the shock on the ground just electrifying everything. The up A tries to come through but gets shut down. Marshall has one more to worry about. That's going to be Flash. Flash walks up. Little bot walk comes through and gets at least one kill. Jax, though, comes away with the drop. Cellz is stuck in the middle of the map. I don't know if you use the drop here to kill one more player. You have three stacked up. It's Find the Hills, indeed. This is one of those things where Morningstar, they might be a Pro League team, but they are low on the ladder of Pro League teams. They finished up pretty down there, and one of the things that can definitely attribute to that is not having those adjustments. And PR, I just heard the pro coach and you come out. I just heard it.
Yeah, you just got to find the hill. Cellz is the only player alive. Obviously, it'd be different if somebody was up or helping Cellz out, but he's the only player alive. You find the hills, Cellz now has to come to you. But Cellz bought enough time. The rest of the Hayabusa clan are going to be up, and they just have to watch out for this drop shot. So now, while they're formulating this plan, figuring out where they're going to push, they have to also figure out where Jax is at with that drop shot, because they got to send the majority of their members on the other side of things. So we know Jax is down here ready to protect this neutral hill, but does Hayabusa? That is going to be the biggest question mark for when this push does finally come through. We have two players stacked towards the top, two players at juice, and only one lonely player down towards the bottom.
They're just marking out. They're getting information right now. Down to 1 minute and 10 seconds. The push is going to come out here. Flash is going to push up. He's going to try to back A there. Won't be able to get much damage on his Siphonic. Second shot and third shot both connect, but he is Flash now. I don't know if that was his teammate. Jax has that drop at hand. First shot out, won't find anything, but...
Yeah, PR, what kind of fight was that?
I don't even know if that was a fight at all. You see Jax trying to chug around. Oh my god. Oh, he cannot let that one. No! 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 Why'd you do it to him, Jax?
Jax might be the Jax of all trade. He has the drop shot, but he gets a trip kill with that Nasher out. I mean, absolutely fantastic, scintillating, sensational fashion, and they flipped this on their head. Detox shot over the cover, will get one. He has to worry about 4 more members of Morningstar, though. He gets wiped off the map, and ladies and gentlemen, Morningstar will go 4-3 up, excuse me. Hayabusa, it feels like they haven't won a round. I mean, they've gotten 3 under their belt, but not once have I felt like they are dominating any sense or fashion. Detox sitting way above his peers at 19 kills in this map number 2. But if you look down the line, nobody else is really stout and stacked. Morningstar, everybody is right in the area. Everybody is playing together. They are consistent across the board with kills, assists, decaps, deaths, whatever it may be. And that, to me, is the tale of this tape.
Let's go beat the shit out of them.
I mean, let's hope Detox, your character, can back up those words they just said. But Colin, I'm thankful to have someone like you, because Jax, after that 1v2, he should have certainly died. He gave me PTSD. I could not keep going. I'm glad that round ended, but Jax, you have the opportunity to do it again. Shock is going to block off one team from even getting in, while M-Star has all the positioning. It's just going to slow them down a little bit from grabbing that drop shot. But Evo scored around the outside. Maniik gets that one on Dazed. Lancer Fire coming through from M-Star. They want to close this one out. They don't want to go to a round number 9.
They do not want to take it to a round number 9. Detox last alive for his squad. Shot on, will be taken down. You see Dazed already back up, so no elimination. Domination will tick through. Dazed, Cellz, Flash. Now Tactics. Detox will be the last off of respawn for his team. Good first L trigger out from Flash. Domination ticking through. Drop shot, long range. That helps them find another one. Dazed will finally answer back. Another drop comes through. Tactics take it out. They have to get the decap. They have to stay in that hill long enough to make sure they don't get triple cap dominated. But look at the score. Already up to about 50 points, and a lot of kills have already come through for Morningstar. They have put Hayabusa downtown in the ground. 5-3. They answer back twice. They say, look, no matter what you do or where you go, we will rise and shine to the occasion. Morningstar with a 2-0 victory, 5-4, 5-3 over Hayabusa.
And honestly, that celebration by Maniik right there is probably how he is in his seat right now, jumping up. It started, Colin, with a 5-0 or 4-0 comeback. They won 5 straight rounds on map number 2, and on this one, it was N-Star. They set the pace from the very beginning of this matchup between Hayabusa, and that's where I talked about it, going from one map to the next. A defeat like 5-0 comeback just like that does not go without its what is the word I want to use here? Without
repercussions, consequences.
Exactly. I told you, Colin, I'm glad to have you by my side. You're completing my sentences, and that is exactly what happened to Hayabusa. And I really feel it was because of that comeback. If they don't get comeback, if it's a 5-3 M-Star win, a 5-2 M-Star win on that map number 1, Hayabusa is in there. But you don't lose 5 straight rounds, and everything's gonna be okay going into the next match. That's just not something that happens. And we just saw Hayabusa crumble right before our eyes, melted like I don't even know, melted like an ice cream in the sun, Colin. I'm gonna leave you for the rest of the analogies, man, because I just can't believe what I witnessed.
Hey, look, they melted away like Frosty the Snowman after the first break of frost in February here in Virginia. They melted away like an ice cube in hell. And oh, by the way, the pitchfork was being wielded by Morningstar, putting the torture onto Hayabusa in that entire second map. They melted away like a kid that can't keep his concentration and lets that nice ice cream cone melt away in his hand, and now mommy's got to clean it up off of his chest. So one way or the other, Morningstar makes an absolute highlight reel out of Hayabusa in map number 2. Hayabusa, they get 2 dominations and an elimination. Whereas you look at Morningstar, 3 dominations, 2 eliminations. It never went 250 on District. Not once in 8 rounds did it go to 250. Morningstar, absolutely stout performance by them. I think the most impressive part of that entire matchup for me, and I think you'll agree, outside of the 5 rounds in a row by Morningstar, the most single impressive play that entire time was Jax with that triple kill. Drop on his back, quick switch, shot over the cover, double shot down. The up A comes through for the triple kill. I mean, absolutely brilliant highlight play, PR.
Man, I don't even know who's all on M-Star Gaming, but like, whew. Besides these 5 players, this is exactly how it started. This is exactly how you build a brand that is kind of like a dynasty of sorts. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about an Optic Gaming brand that started in a very similar way. I just want to go ahead and let you guys know that they started as snipers. They started as content. Guess what happened? They went into esports shortly after. M-Star is looking to replicate that. So not only in esports, but within video games and entertainment in general. So congratulations to M-Star Gaming, man. I'm so proud of these guys.
Hey, big ups to them, but one way or the other, you and I can break it down all we want, but we're never going to do it as the trio on our analyst desk. But for them to get all their thoughts straight, we're going to have to throw it to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with more Gears Esports.